Hey, Picks and Parlay family, it's me, Detroit Lenny, here with another episode of the Power Hour. I don't even know what show I'm on right now. It's the Power Hour with Picks and Parlays. It is Valentine's Day. So if you got a Valentine, give him a hug, give him a kiss. If not, I'm here for you. Just go ahead, right here. Give a kiss right here. Also, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button as we go along. We are sponsored by Caesar Sportsbook, as you can see right there, and also No House Advantage, which you can see right there. NoHouseAdvantage.com is changing the game, offering the most dynamic fantasy sports there's too many P's in the show. Platform available today. I'm going to slow down, take a breath. Got me all excited about Valentine's Day. Sign up now with promo code PNP at NoHouseAdvantage.com. or download the app at the app stores to get the first deposit match up to $50. We got all kinds of stuff to talk about. Actually, it's I'm interested in this show for multiple reasons. Like I'm not every other day, but I am today. We got to talk some college basketball, NBA, NHL, but we got three great handicappers on the show today. We got Ross Benjamin, we got Nick Parsons, we got Terry Edelman. We got all kinds of stuff. So we're going to break it right into it. Let's just get right into it. We're bringing the man, the myth, and the legend himself, Ross Benjamin. How we doing, Mr. Benjamin?
I'm doing great, Lenny. How about yourself, buddy?
I'm living, man. It's Valentine's Day. You know, I haven't seen my wife yet, so I can't be in trouble. So it's early. It's early.
Yeah.
Love
Make
this.
Sure, all them boys take care of their mother too.
You know? Listen, if you haven't got your mom flowers yet, shame on you. Okay, it's already 3:00 Eastern. Okay, get your mama flowers. Give her a hug, kiss. Tuesday, Valentine's Day, Creighton at Providence. I really, really like this game, and I'm happy to see that you're on the same side of me. But I'm gonna let you break this game down. Creighton -1, over unders at 140. Even is where we got them. But side note, very big fan of Creighton. That's just me personally. But talk to me about this game, Ross. Where are you going with this?
Well, if you're a big fan of Creighton, you've been awful happy of late, right, Lenny? We're going to look at the total in this game. But having said that, Creighton has won 8 in a row. Something's got to give tonight, Lenny. You know, Creighton's won 8 in a row. Providence is 13-0 at home. And that's why I am not willing to bet against either side in this situation tonight. So the total is going to be my area of focus. Look at this is a Providence team that's played under the total in 8 straight games this year when the number has been 149.5 or less, the average total in those 8 contests, just a shade under 143. And there's been approximately 135 points scored per game in those 8 contests. Creighton, on the other hand, has played 5-0 to the under in their last 5 this year when the total has been between 135 and 143. In those 5 games, averaged just the combined 126 points per contest. Creighton's also allowed 62 points or fewer in their last 4, and 5 of the last 6 meetings in this series have gone under the total, including an early season matchup at Creighton. And neither one of these teams play at what we would consider a brisk pace. They can adapt to that if they're playing a higher tempo team, but neither one is. So this is a good marriage for a game that I see playing in the low 130s to mid 130s here, Lenny. I'm going to go Creighton, Creighton and Providence under the total of 140.
The best coin term you just had right there is at a brisk pace. They are a slow. If this was football, we would be using the term ground and pound. But this is basketball. They are not brisk by any means. Nobody's running up and down the field, up and down the court here in this matchup. I like this under 140 here all day. I really do. I have been making money on Creighton, but this one,
Lenny, if I can just interject for a second, you like Creighton, so you're well aware of the fact that unlike past Creighton teams, this team might be the best defensive team that Doug McDermott has put on the floor.
And that's their style. And like every team has their own style. They have to. I really truly believe in my own personal beliefs that if you can't win anything, championships or multiple games, if your team doesn't have an identity. I don't care what the identity is. If it's fast, it's fast. If it's slow, it's slow. If it's defense, whatever it is. Creighton knows who they are. They play to their strengths, and that's how they've won. That's why they're ranked 18th in the country. I just think they know they're defensive minded, and I think they just try to slow the game down, play to their strengths, and I love this under here. I'm not gonna lie. I assigned this game to you, so I knew where we would be, and I feel a lot better now that I'm on the same side as you, Mr. Benjamin. There.
Well, you got a crystal ball. You got a crystal ball, unlike anybody else. I'm sure my wife would love to talk to you someday.
That's fair. Let's move into the NBA. Warriors at the Clippers. The Clippers are -8. Over/under is 228.5 here. Unlike college basketball, I try to stay as far away from the NBA as I can just because I stink at it. There's no other way to put it. Talk to me about this matchup.
Yeah, well, I'm not a big NBA game or guy. Not that I don't like betting on the NBA. It's just there's fewer games and there's a lot of uncertainty during regular season play, yes. Lenny, so I don't blame you. But the total you mentioned, 228.5, that's our area of concentration. Golden State's coming off last night's 135-126 home win versus Washington. However, this is a Golden State team that's played 3-0 to the under this year when playing with no rest and coming off a win. And those three contests had an average total of 231.5, very similar to this one. But here's where the similarity ends is the combined average points scored in those three contests was 217. So those three games stayed under the total by 14.5 points per contest. The LA Clippers are coming off back-to-back losses in their last two. Both of those were at home. They're at home again tonight. And they played 6-0 to the under this year at home when coming off back-to-back losses in their previous two games. Average total in those six contests, 224.8, combined 208.2 points scored per game. That's staying under the total by an average of 16.6 points per game when they're playing at home off back-to-back losses. And those of you who do follow the NBA are pretty aware of the fact that the LA Clippers have been a huge underplay all season at home, 21-5-1 to the under on their home floor. And that includes 13-2-1 to the under if they're facing fellow Western Conference teams like they will be tonight in the Golden State Warriors. I'm going Golden State and the LA Clippers under 228.5, Lenny.
You know, I like the NBA. I do. As our good friend Sean Higgs would tell us, the NBA stands for no betting allowed, which I love. But then Tim Moreau will tell us it's nothing but action. So I kind of stay,
in the middle.
My moments here. I do like this. I think the Clippers, like you said, the Clippers have been trending to the under all year. So I do like this. Ross, tell us what you got going on over at picksandparlays.net. What can everybody find going on over there when they look
tonight? Huge game tonight. I got a huge total, I should say, in the game between Kansas and Oklahoma State. That game goes at 9:00 Eastern time tonight, and it will be on ESPN. So a watch and win special. My college basketball total since March 11th of last year at picksandparlays.net. How about 25-11? Good for 69%. I don't give out a lot of them, but when I do, I hit it at a very high percentage, and especially so over the last 11 months, Lenny.
I like that. Watch and win. I like that. I like that tag. And when you're over at picksandparlays.net and you're looking for Ross Benjamin, use this promo code MADNESS. That'll save you 20% off the entire website. Just to recap, Creighton Providence, we're going under 140 here. And in Golden State, LA Clippers, NBA game, we're going under 228.5. Ross, I appreciate you. We'll see you on the next Power Hour. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell for notification. Power Hour's here Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern.
Thanks, Lenny, for having me.
Take care, buddy.
All right.
All right, guys, don't go nowhere. We still got a couple couple games to talk about, another college game, another NBA game, and if you hit the like button, we'll talk some NHL. Probably going to talk NHL either way. But Nick Parsons is up to talk about that Kansas-Oklahoma State game. Kansas -1.5. Oklahoma State is at home. Over-under is 141.5. Mr. Parsons, what are you doing here? Where are we going with this game? This is a watch and win situation.
Well, this is Ross's big play here, as he was just mentioning. And I'm not sure which he's on here, but to sort of keep the trend alive here after seeing him take the under there in the first two games, I also like the under in this one, and there's plenty of reasons behind that here. I have now just to sort of review and break this one down, Lenny. Kansas, it's 20-5 so far. It's 8-4 in conference play. It's coming off a 78-55 win over Oklahoma in its last game. The Jayhawks, they average 76.2 points per game. They're allowing just 67.9. So, I mean, it's a very defensive team, really, overall. Right. I mean, they're not killing people with their offense. They're just really efficient with their offense, and they have an above-average defense. These teams actually did play on December 31st, Lenny. Kansas, it held on for the 69-67 victory back on December 31st. The Jayhawks, they didn't even come close to covering that 10.5-point spread. The total stayed well under the number of 137.5 in that one. And so I think we're going to see another defensive affair here, another tight competitive battle, really similar to what we saw in that last game there between these teams. Oklahoma State, it's 16-9, 7-5 in Big 12 action. It's coming off a 64-56 win over Iowa State in its last outing. They only average, the Cowboys, 69.2 points per game. They make up for it on the other end. They only allow 63.4. And so another reason, Lenny, sort of the final reason that I really like the under here is Oklahoma State. It's seen the total go under the number in 4 of its last 5 and trying to revenge a straight-up road loss against an opponent in which it was held to 69 or fewer points in. I mean, both teams are really hot right now. But Kansas, it's won 4 of its last 5. Oklahoma State has won 5 straight. But I just think it's going to be another competitive battle here, bashing heads, and it's just going to go under.
That's fair. I don't really have a feel on this game either way, so I'm going to take my key right from you and just go under the 141 and
listen,
a half
you can take my advice, but go also get Ross's big play because it comes on this game. I
was just going to say, you mark this down as a free play. Don't forget to take Ross. Go check him out over there as well. He's got a watch and win special going on. I like this. If you tell me to go under 141 and a half, I'm going under 141 and a half. Let's move to the NBA here. Celtics at the Bucks. Bucks -9. Over unders 225. Even I have this at. We were just kind of talking trash, me and Ross, about the NBA here.
Yeah.
Mr. Parsons, what do you feel? How do you feel about this game?
Yeah, I've had lots of success with the NBA. Yeah. In fact, if you go to picksandparlays.net and you look at the all-time NBA records, you're gonna see the insiders room in there amongst the leaders all time. And so, I mean, I like playing the NBA for sure. I'm in Nick Earl's camp there on that one. For me, it's not so much about the players, and I can understand Ross's frustration when it comes to that part of it. But I base mine on different criteria, and so for my systems, the NBA during the regular season, I love it as well, just like Nick Earl. But yeah, to break this one down, this is sort of a common sense play here. Now, Boston, it enters off a 119-109 win over the Grizzlies on Sunday. And Milwaukee, it took care of business against the Clippers on Friday. Ross touched on that as well. Boston, I mean, it's doing fantastic as we come into the All-Star break here shortly in the next few weeks. It's currently first in the East. It's 41-16, but they're only 1.5 games up on the Bucks. The Celtics, they're great on the road, though. They're 18-9 away from friendly confines. They average 117.6 points per game. They only allow 111.4. Why is Boston such a huge underdog here, though? Well, because several key players will not be in this game. Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Danilo Gallinari, and Jason Tatum all out. And Malcolm Brogdon is listed as questionable in this one. And so with the home game tomorrow night, against the lowly Pistons. Would anyone fault Boston just going through the motions here tonight on the road? And
mentally
so
taking a day off kind of thing.
That's what I think so. And for the Bucks, they have a perfect opportunity now to avenge that Christmas Day blowout loss. They lost 139-118 on national television. This is the first matchup since that Yuletide destruction. The Bucks, they're 39-17 overall, but they're 23-5 at home. Milwaukee's 18-10 against the spread at home. Boston is just 14-13 against the spread on the road. And so Milwaukee catches Boston at just the perfect time here, Lenny. I think that they're going to keep the foot on the gas from start to finish. And so normally this would be a lot of points, but because of all those guys injured, I'll say lay the points and look for a Milwaukee blowout.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, when we emailing back and forth about plays or whatever and setting everything up for the show, I saw you said you were taking the Bucks, and then I saw the line, and then I had to recheck the email because you're not a -9 laying point kind of guy. And then I had to check and double check and go back and forth, and then I read who was out for Boston. I'm like, okay. And then I kind of backdoored into why you were thinking that in a way, though. But I'm with you here as well. Nick, tell me what you guys got going on over at picksandparlays.net as well.
For sure. Tonight, I've got a big play going as well. I've been really selective with my NHL picks over the last week or so, but I do come in on a perfect 3-0 run, and I have my NHL game of the month going on over at picksandparlays.net. Check that out underneath the Insiders Room.
Sounds good. Don't forget, when you're over at picksandparlays.net, you're looking for Nick Parsons, Insiders Room, or any of our other premium handicappers. Use this promo code MADNESS. That'll save you 20% off the entire site. Until then, just to recap, we're taking under 141.5. There seems to be a little bit of trend on this show today. Under. And we're also taking this when the Celtics play the Bucks tonight, we're taking the Bucks -9. Till then, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Power Hours here Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Take care, Nick.
Thanks a lot.
All right, guys, don't go nowhere. We still got a little NHL to talk about. We're going to bring in our expert handicapper over at the NHL, Terry Edelman, here to talk a little NHL for Valentine's Day. Got Lightning traveling to Colorado, take on those Avalanche. I got an over/under of 6 even. I'm all over a lot of NHL time. Maybe a little too much NHL. But go ahead, Terry. Talk to us about this game.
Yeah, well, maybe Valentine's Day, but there won't be any love between these two teams. Obviously, they just faced each other in the Cup final last year. Colorado won that. And then these two teams just faced each other, I believe, last week. Or before the All-Star break recently, the last few
5
games.
days ago.
And Tampa Bay smacked Colorado, I believe 6-0. So now we're having the repeat here, the rematch in Colorado. And even though Tampa Bay is a much better home team than a road team this year, I have to back Tampa in this spot. Colorado is heavily injured right now. The main thing for them is Cale Makar. That is a huge piece to the Avalanche. There also sounds like won't have Josh Manson in net or Josh Manson on defense either. And they have another defenseman out as well.
Eric Johnson's out.
Eric Johnson, Colorado is in
everybody's
trouble.
out for Colorado. Yeah, they're banged up.
And this is a first night of a back-to-back. They're in Minnesota tomorrow. Vasilevsky's in net for Tampa. They're in Arizona tomorrow. They'll put in Brian Elliott for that one. Both teams putting their starters. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout like the last one. But I like Tampa here. I think they get the victory here, even on the road.
I got last night. I took the over 6 at even money at +100. So I'm all over the over in this matchup. Both of these teams we'll be talking about in the playoffs, in my opinion. I think I think Colorado will get healthier as the time goes on in their second half of the season, and I think Tampa is about to. I said this at the All-Star break, and so far they've kind of proven me wrong a little bit, but I think they're about to make a really big second half of the year push. Tampa has or Tampa is, and hopefully, they've won the last 2 games. Dallas, Colorado. like I said, but I'm looking for them to continue that momentum here a little bit. I don't hate this at all, though. Terry, tell me what you got going on over at pixandparlays.net.
Yeah, I have a 5-pack up on the site tonight. This is one of the plays, so you're getting one of the 5 free here. But
there you go.
Basically NHL until baseball comes back. And then it'll be baseball every day. I love baseball.
All day. Every day, all day. yeah, pretty much. Yeah. This game's hot. Everybody likes this game tonight, too, this hockey game, because it's made by Parlay Party Show, too. The over there. So I just like this game. Don't forget, you're looking for Terry Adelman, any of our other premium handicappers. Use this promo code MADNESS. Save you 20% off the entire site. Until then, just to recap, we're taking the Lightning on the money line. Shop your lines. I've seen it a little closer to minus 120. I've seen it upwards of closer to minus 130. This is right around. Caesars has it at minus 125. So shop your lines, though. Like, subscribe, ring your bell for notifications. Power Hours here Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Till then, Terry Edelman, I appreciate you. We'll see you on the next one, buddy. Take care. I wanted to say real quick, end of the show, good luck unless you're against me. Shout out to my Michigan State Spartan family. Thoughts and prayers to each and every one of you out there. You are not forgotten, and you will never, ever be. Good luck unless you're against me.